Hello. I am so excited to share my full moon ritual with you. This is my power moon. It is the moon in Aries, and so right now, not only is it my power moon, but it's also in my area. The moon is peaking at midnight, and so I'm about to harness all of this energy of the moon into creating a reality, my future reality, right? We want to manifest the things that we want. In order to manifest the things that we want, we have to first move our frequency, and then we have to let all of this heavy 3D reality catch up to our frequency. And as long as we don't have any blocks, any emotional blocks, then it will just catch right up with us. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're just doing a little bit of a ritual to get our intentions and our frequency lined up with the things that we actually desire. And it doesn't take a lot. So I have 2 cups that are the same, and I have some water, and I have a pen and a paper. So I have 2 cups, and with a dry erase, I wrote on them. So I have one that says current reality, and then one that says my future reality. You want your cups to be the same kind of cups. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our intention of what we want, because right now it's our future, or it's our current reality. We have desires right now. We're going to put them in the cup, and then we're going to let the energy of the moon amplify the things that we want, and then we are going to the next day put it into our cup, which is our future reality, and we're going to drink into our future reality, putting us into the timeline of the things that we desire. That's the basics of it. So quantum physics tells us that our intention actually changes where the atoms line up, where they fall, how they act. And so just by putting your intention into something, you're actually changing the potential reality. So basically that means every single experiment that's ever been done, the observer has had some influence on the outcome of the experiment. So who knows if there's ever been a 100% clean experiment. And we see this. We see 2 different people doing the same experiment and getting different outcomes. And quantum physics just basically tells us why. I mean, this reality is a conscious reality. Just because, we feel like we're humans and we're the only smart things around, that's not actually true. Everything has a reality. A rock has a reality, dirt has a reality. There's elements in the air that they're having their own reality, and together we all create a collective reality. So let's work on our own reality. Okay, so we have our 2 cups. We have our current and our future reality. And I already told you why we want them to be the same, because we're going to use these to jump into a different timeline. It's us, it's our same self, but we're moving our frequency into a different reality. And I just used the dry erase, so they'll come off super easy. I have my pitcher of water. We're going to vortex our water. So before we pour it in, we're actually going to realign the molecules. And water is used to moving. It's used to moving relatively quickly, right? It's the natural state of water is moving over rocks and logs and bouncing off of things. And water likes to have fun. Water likes to move. And so we drink water that's been sitting in pipes, that's been sitting in reservoirs, and it's pretty bored. and it actually starts to look bored. The molecules don't hold the same as water molecules that have been moving. And there are actually quite a few devices that you can get that will help you vortex your water. So as you pour your water in, it actually spins your water for you, and it keeps water really healthy and really clean. So this is what we do, and you can actually do this anytime you're going to drink water. Doing this with your water, get it moving, put some intention into it. What do you want for your day? This is your morning water. Like, You want to have a great day. I want everything to fall in line. I want beautiful synchronicities. I want joy, happiness, and love. Okay, so do this for your water and then drink your water. It's not going to hurt at all, and you know, has a potential to really boost things for you. Not to mention, what a great way to start your day. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about Dr. Emoto's his water experiments. So if you've never heard of Dr. Emoto, you should look it up because it's really cool. So here's a very short. Here's a cliff notes of what he did. He took water bottles. He wrote different words on them, you know, love, joy, meditation, you know, purity. Then he took other water bottles and he put like disgust and anger and fear. And he put these water bottles around the city. And so people, just by looking at the bottle and then reading it, there is an automatic flow of energy that goes towards that, right? Our words, our writing, their spelling, everything is a spell, right? Your intention is actually in everything. So he took these water bottles and then he did, he would take a drop of water and do a quick freeze on it and look at the molecules, and the molecules that had beautiful words, you know, joy, love, gratitude, they're very symmetrical, they were beautiful, everything, it looks like its own little snowflake. And then the ones that had the more negative words on it, you know, they were not symmetrical, they were actually not even complete. Some of them just looked like blobs. They weren't even structured at all. And so we are using this theory to infuse our water. We're asking the water to hold the intention of what we want. And then, you know, and then we're using the moon to amplify, you know, our intentions and activate this for us. I mean, we know that the moon has influence over us. You can ask people that work in the medical field or the emergency field, like during a full moon, stuff gets crazy. But we're not going to use it for our crazy. We're going to use it for our good. We're gonna harness some of this energy, and we're just going to amplify the energy of the things that we want. We want to move into a life that we desire, right? What do we desire? We desire to have the freedom of time and the money to do the things that we want. We don't want to be like, oh yeah, I have all the time in the world. I can sit on the couch all day because I'm too broke to do anything. No, that's not what we want. We want to have time and money, which equals freedom, right? We want to be able to have the time to do the things we want and the money to experience in them. Just, it's the world that we live in. And you can either manifest the money or you can manifest the thing. Like you could buy a ticket or you could manifest a ticket. Like somebody could bring you like, hey, I've got an extra ticket. You want to go? Like, you know, these are just the ways that the universe works. So you don't have to be, you know, you don't have to be a starving artist. You just have to know that what you're doing, somebody will appreciate and love. Because what you're doing right now, there's somebody else in the world that will connect with that thing. And so we want to just push this along a little faster. I would really like some investments to come through. I mean, who doesn't want, you know, love, money, and health? These are the basic things that, you know, we feel that maybe we're lacking and we want. So I know what I want. And we're going to take the water. Okay, I'm going to spin it again. You know, distilled water is kind of like naked water. Everything has been taken out of distilled water. It's just, it's the water droplets that come from the top and then they're collected. That's a distilled water. Anything that was in the water, anything heavy is going to be down in the pot. So distilled water is good, but of course natural water, rain water, spring water, or you know what, you got tap water, use the tap water. Who cares? Just make sure that you vortex this stuff and you just put some intention in there. And I am asking the water to hold my desires, to hold everything that I want, so that it can sit there in the moonlight and energize. So I'm pouring all my water into my current reality. Okay. And then, of course, I would take my paper, I'd write my intentions of the things I want. We all know how to do this thing. And then you can, if you don't want anyone to see them, you can fold them up, put it under the water. But I like the idea of letting the words come through the cup. Because again, it comes back to intention, back to Dr. Emoto, right? So maybe the moon can on a frequency level read what is on my paper. And if you have beautiful paper that you have been hoarding, like you don't want to use the beautiful paper because then it's going to be used and ruined, now is the time. You use that beautiful paper right now. Because you want to tell the universe, like, only the best for me. I only want abundance and love and beauty and kindness. Like, this is what I want. Like, I don't have to stash the good paper anymore. I'm going to use the good paper because I know I can get other good paper. It may not be the same, but I can go out and I can buy a brand new sheet of paper because I have abundance of money. I have abundance of paper. I have abundance of guidance. Like, your guides will bring you to the paper that you want. So this is where we're going. We just want to be in universal flow, and we want to be using our guidance and heading towards all of the things that we absolutely want. This is a dimension where you can have whatever you want. So we have these bodies here. We are these human bodies, and they allow us to do different things. So when you get into the higher dimensions, you don't have a body. Like, you're just an energetic being. So these hands allow us so much. They let us be creative. They let us hold the cup. And so even though everything is very heavy in this dimension, including emotions, we can layer ourselves up in different ways. Okay, so we've got our water, we've got our intentions, and then now we need a moon. I did not bring a moon. We have to wait a couple more days for the moon. There's some people that don't even believe in the moon, right? Like, some people think it's a space station, and some people think that it is a reflection on the firmament of the earth. Some people think it's a hologram completely. Some people think that men landed on it, and some people think that that's not even possible. So it doesn't really matter what your belief is about the moon. We just know that the moon definitely influences us. When the moon is up and the moon is high, so are all the people. And so this is what we're using. Okay, let me make sure we've got everything here. Okay. We're ready. We've got the moon to amplify and intensify our desires. We talked a little bit about how this works. Pure intention. It changes everything. So we're not putting anything but love and the things that we want into our water. And so then the next day, preferably before the sun comes up, because it's not actually moon water if the sun has kissed it. But if you need to sleep in, then that's what you do, and you just drink the water and you do the ritual when you get up. But you also need to think, like, what are your priorities? Like, if you really want a bunch of money, is sleeping in really helping you out? I don't think that we should grind all the time, but I think that we should get up and we should have intention with our day. So, anyways, if you need to sleep in, just do it. Sun-kissed it, whatever. It's still full of love and intention and desire. So then the next day, I'm probably going to be up at like 5:30 in the morning doing this. And then I am going to take my beautiful cup of water. Again, I'm going to be vortexing it. I'm going to be giving it lots of love, attention, and praise and gratitude for sitting there. If there's any bugs in it, you could drink the bugs, but I'm sure your water wouldn't mind if you put a little finger in it. It'll be all right. So then you take your water and you're going to pour it into your future reality. And before you drink it, you really want to, get into the mode. Like, who is this person? Read your desires back to yourself. Who is this person that has already manifested these desires? Like, you want $1 million? What does it feel like to be a millionaire? Who are you as a millionaire? Like, You know, what car are you driving? Like, feel this. Feel the freedom of money and the freedom of time, the abundance of love in your life. You already have these things, and all we're doing is amplifying these things, right? You have money, you have love, you have these things, you have health. So all we're doing is amplifying these things, and then become that person inside. And then you're gonna drink to that. Cheers. So drink all the water down the whole time, feeling the emotions, because what we're doing is we're bringing our frequency to where we want it to be, right? We know that we first have to have our frequency where we want it, and then everything else catches up. This dimension, everything is given. As soon as you ask for something, it is given. But we also have been given a lot of blocks. Childhood is like pretty much hard for everybody, so there's a lot of unworthiness that happens, a lot of fear that happens, a lot of we are told that, you know, that you have to work super hard for money. Money doesn't grow on trees. We need to let all of that go and just believe that we can have whatever we want. This is a much better space to be in, and this actually helps you manifest everything that you want. So be this high vibrational being that you actually were born into. You don't have to live in the fear. Turn off your TV. If it makes you feel crappy, don't watch it. Like, take ownership of your energy. And in doing that, you're going to take ownership of your life. So you're gonna take your beautiful intention water, you're gonna drink it down as many times during the day that you can. Get into that mode of I am this person that has already acquired all the things that I want. And you know what? Anytime that you can go back to this place. Go back to this place of drinking that water and becoming that person. And the more you can do that, the more you further this along. Okay. So that's the basis of it. And if all of this is just a little bit too much, you know what? Grab a bottle of water, write joy, love, health, stick it outside under the moon. When you wake up, drink your water, and you know what? Your frequency is better for it. You're a little redneck, grab that last beer, write some intention on it, stick it outside, and have it for breakfast. You know, do whatever you gotta do, because actually every time you do a little something, you are moving your frequency at least a little bit. And what we normally do is we live off of this average set point, right? We kind of are always just in a mode. Like, sometimes we dip down, we get a little depressed, and sometimes we get up, or something happens. But we want to move that average set point. If you can move your average set point up higher, then you're actually manifesting things that you want more, just out of default. Everything that you are, that you've ever lived, is creating this frequency. It's your rainbow. It's your own personal rainbow. And you want to be able to take your rainbow and use it to your best of intentions, right? Just because we're humans, it doesn't mean we have to live in lack or unhappiness. And even if, you know, you do and you get a little upset, it's okay. It's okay to be down a little bit. You just try to move yourself up. Like, okay, I'm super grumpy. No, I don't want that effing hug. Like, I am just in a super bad mood, but what can I do right now to like be in a little bit less of a bad mood? Like, I don't know, hot shower. It helps. Actually, sometimes a hot shower will like pop me out of it. So you just do whatever you need to do for yourself to feel the best. And if you can actually ask yourself on a regular basis, like, what can I do right now to feel good? Like, what's the best I can feel right now? And you actually start raising your frequency. And we just do this so that we can live the life that we want, so we can manifest the things that we want. So we're learning our lessons out of like more joy and happiness, and not like, my car broke down, and so now I get to learn the lesson of, you know, whatever that lesson is. I don't even want to think about it. Anyways, we're all here to learn. I love you. I hope you manifest $1 million, perfect health, and the love of your life. We all deserve this. This is my wish for us all. You know, just complete happiness and joy. So I love you. Take care. And I hope you do well.